what does the word Nybora mean?
It's two Swedish words that don't normally go together that I put together sitting out on the tennis court after teaching a tennis lesson, and essentially what it means is progression. It's the literal translation would be new start, but a new start is progression. It's the way to go. I mean, it's what the sport's going to come back to. You just need to wait and see. This is not retro. This is cutting edge. The real beginnings of how we started the team, that question should go to Martin, because he was involved in the Highland freestyle team.
I always looked up to Lewis as, yes, the older brother, even though, might not always look older, but he told me, he's like, hey, you gotta join the Highland freestyle team. And he was still playing hockey and kind of chasing that, and I was really moving more towards skiing. And so I joined the Highland team and was on that for a whole bunch of years. And Tim Boulay, who was running the program back then, asked me to coach, similar to how Nybora brings on its coaches. A lot of the guys that come up through the program that show a lot of interest and proficiency in the sport and knowledge in the sport get invited to coach. So
Tim's family relocated to Colorado, and he basically asked Martin to run the program. Martin was pretty young and didn't have a whole lot of youth coaching experience. I had been coaching kids in a bunch of sports.
Really loved it.
I stepped in to help him, and then shortly after that, we acquired the team. We ran the team for Tim for 1 year, and then it became Nybora, and that was 1991.
And that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You wanted first year? Bam, there you go, first year. It's cool stuff.
From the very beginning, the goal of the team was to have fun.
What's your favorite part about Nybora?
This jump, definitely. Drop it! Big hair on the jump.
We started out with the traditional freestyle disciplines, and that was aerials, moguls, and ballet, which eventually became acro. Those were the three disciplines. When we started this program, moguls was the big sport. That's what everyone did. Ballet was really big in the Central Division here in the Midwest. We had some internationally ranked skiers, including Martin, who skied with the program, grew up at Highland, and we're now representing the U.S. on the U.S. ski team. So we focused on those three, but aerials for us pretty quickly became something that we realized we could really do well. We've got tremendous support from the ski area here.
The technology was so different, and that's really what's changed over time, I think. I mean, we're working with shovels to chop the landing. Now, we're fortunate to have the maintenance crew and the cat help us with the landing. We were forming the jumps by hand.
The jumps were hand built.
Yeah, hand built.
They're like this wide at the top.
Yep, and then on top of that, as skiers,
the skis
were super narrow. The bindings were horrible. Yeah. They would always fall off, and the boots were horrible. I mean, and the way that everything was mounted. Now, with everything center mounted and a shorter, fatter ski, your landings are much better, and your ability to rotate is so much easier. But you're on these 200s or 205s with 2/3 of the ski in front and a third of the ski in the back. Doing a 720, like you said, was a much different maneuver than a 720 these days.
Yeah. Year after year, we're just amazed at how many good kids that we have in the program, how everyone gets along, and I think that's throughout the years, us really fostering that environment that we're all in this together, that we should all be helping each other, pushing each other, encouraging each other, has kind of created that family vibe. This is big air. It's as big as it gets. What you're seeing here is kind of freeform. This is what freestyle was 20 years ago. Kind of having a rebirth here. You're going to see all sorts of cool tricks that you don't see in a normal uptight USSA event, and this will be cool for a long time, I think.
Double back, that's nice. Yeah, John.
Well, so what exactly was that we just saw?
That's a misty 720 yoke. So it's that's one of the most exciting parts about Nybora, is to see the sport continue to evolve, and these kids with the stuff they're doing on rails and all the off-axis tricks and all the urban stuff that we've seen in the last few years, that's what keeps us coming back. It's super exciting to see, and we encourage it.
I joined Nybora in about 1993, I believe was. 92, 93 was the season. I was 13 years old.
Either 93 or 94. My friends John Schmidt and Nate Stramberg were on the team, and I saw like pictures of them, and I was like, oh, I got to be part of this. This is awesome.
And then I became a team captain, so that means you got your pass for free. And then when I was 18, I was actually a coach as well.
You know, I skied moguls. Just immediately started jumping and getting my lift ticket sort of clipped and getting in trouble.
The funnest part about skiing here was hitting a jump or something, but we were always getting in trouble.
So then I figured I'd join Nybora and sort of actually get instruction and sort of have access to the big kickers and stuff.
You know, I didn't really like skiing growing up. You know, I was more into team sports probably until 5th grade. And I don't know what got me going when I was about 10 years old, but I came out to Highlands and I had a friend from Edina, Andrew Hirsch, that I grew up skiing with. And we'd always come out here and...
I'm Hirsch.
Where y'all ski out of?
Oh, it's a little place called Highland Hills, based in Bloomington, Minnesota. Killer skiing.
You saw us see them sort of in the distance.
We saw this big jump over on North Hill. And we talked to some kids, and we met a kid on a chairlift, and that ended up being Zach Mertz.
Nybora, Nybora's meant a lot of things to me.
And we say, hey, how do you hit that jump? And
at first, Nybora was just a big jump.
Hi, my name is Zach Mertz. These are all my skis. Over the years, I racked them up because it's hard to sense them now and then. I don't know why, but they gave me a lot of pairs. So. Doesn't matter if I break them because, you know, I get free pairs anyway, so, you know, the heck with them.
Oh, Zach Mertz, get out of Highland Hills.
Said, oh, you got to join the freestyle ski team if you want to hit it.
Yeah, thanks, man. You're my
You can
idol.
go to junior.
We're 5,000.
Alright. I'm Zach Mertz, and these are all my followers. They worship me every day.
Hey, man, Eric Iverick. I'm not a follower of Zach Mertz.
These guys are crazy.
Don't want Zach gave us all these.
Hi! Stellar.
Hi,
Mom! This is Highlands jump. It's kind of nerve-wracking at first, but you get used to it, so do it. Watch. Let's rip it up!
It's huge. As you
Like, spread eagles and those twisty things. I don't know what they're called yet, but...
We'll video you and see how you do.
Yeah.
Hey,
bye.
good luck now.
It was the biggest jump on the hill, so that was awesome because you could do tricks on Nybora's jump that you couldn't do on the hill or anyplace else.
That was sort of the big draw, like, wow, let's go hit big jumps and try scary things.
Then Nybora was a place to go out west.
I mean, we have a lot of skiing accomplishments, and we've been very fortunate in that we have some national podiums, we have kids going to the X Games, going to the US Open, making Junior Worlds, going to the US ski team, all of these accomplishments. But what's more, what really means a lot to Martin and I is the fact that kids form friendships on the team and they remain friends for the rest of their lives. I mean, we've got kids that were on the team 16, 17, 18 years ago. They're still friends today. When we're out and about and we see kids in Colorado, we see kids out in the Twin Cities here who were on the team 10, 15, 20 years ago, and they see us and they recognize us, and it's apparent by the look on their face how much fun they had on Nybora and how much it meant to them. And I don't think Martin did either, I don't want to speak for him, but I never imagined to get that kind of a feeling from coaching skiing. The sense of accomplishment and really feel like we're doing something it's something people will remember and create friendships that last a lifetime. That's pretty cool. And then the final thing is, for 20 years, I've been able to do this with my brother, and that's it's awesome. I don't even know how to put it into words.
But then I came back, and this is from college, and Nybora was a chance to get a free pass, so that was pretty sweet. But now Nybora is just, I mean, you know, this is showing me I got mature, I guess you could say. But it's a place where you can meet a lot of cool people and you can watch a lot of people grow and you know, just it's a good organization that that you know, you don't find anyplace else. It's different. So it's like a family, I guess. They're just one word, is family. Yeah. So Nybora is family. There you go. We'll just use that. We'll cut all the stuff at the beginning. Nybora equals family. Period.